Well, No One Investigates like News 4. We're digging deeper into the death of a patient at ECMC.
A heartbroken husband claims a staff member failed to keep a watchful eye on his wife. Samara Daniel took her own life while on suicide watch at the hospital. News 4 Investigates has obtained details of a state probe into this case. Rich Newberg is here with the details, new at 5. Rich?
Don and Jackie, Samara Daniel was placed in the care of ECMC with a history of suicide attempts. While at the medical center, she took her own life, and now the state says a staff member there committed neglect. Samara's husband, Joseph, is suing ECMC because he says they failed his wife and her family. Joseph Daniel of Wheatfield says his life with his wife Samara had been sweet at the outset. They had married in 2006 after first meeting at Women and Children's Hospital. Joe was an electrician on the job there. Samara ordered surgical supplies and was always upbeat, says Joe.
She was real ambitious, full of life. Always made people laugh and happy.
But 4 years after they were married, depression began taking over Samara's life.
She had lost her mother. Father was in a nursing home. She had a problem having children.
Joe says Samara put on a good face for him and his 2 children from a previous marriage. But inside, he says, she was losing her battle to remain happy. Then one day, he said, she overdosed on pills and was taken to ECMC for intensive care and psychiatric evaluation.
They put her in the ICU and put her on 24-hour watch and kept her for a week.
Then this past September, Joe says Samara again took an overdose of pills and was returned to ECMC on a 24-hour watch. But he says she was discharged 2 days later with no advice to the family and little direction on what to do next.
When on her discharge papers, they just told her that they couldn't find a psychiatrist, so they told her to use a walk-in clinic.
The next day, while at home, Joe says Samara made another attempt at suicide.
Got out of the shower and I found her holding a knife.
Joe says she had a cut on her neck, and he took her back to ECMC. But this time, the suicide watch was designated to be every 15 minutes, not around the clock. 2 days into her stay this time, Samara was found dead. I talked to the family's attorneys, Bob Moranto and Ken Ziskowski.
She took her life by taking a bed sheet and putting it around a sink and hanging herself.
They didn't tell me anything other than that she's dead.
What did you want to know? What did you ask?
How, why? And weren't they supposed to be watching her?
What did they say?
They wouldn't answer. It said it's a police investigation.
News 4 Investigates obtained a copy of the findings of a probe of this case by the New York State Justice Center, which handles cases of people with special needs. That investigation found that a staff member at ECMC committed neglect when she failed to adequately perform the 15-minute checks required for Samara.
And they found her there. It's our understanding that there had been some rigor mortis already set in. We don't know exactly how long she was deceased when they found her.
ECMC says it cannot discuss patient information, but issued a statement saying this litigation involves a tragic circumstance of a former patient. ECMC officials, says the statement, intend to allow the judicial system to resolve this unfortunate incident. We continue to take very seriously the safety and care of all our patients.
We believe, and the experts that we've talked to believe, that Samara should have been put on 24-hour watch when she was admitted to the hospital on the second occasion.
A lawsuit by Joseph Daniel alleges due to negligence, carelessness, and recklessness, Samara Daniel committed suicide. Why, the family asks, was Samara allegedly allowed to remain in a room with the ability to harm herself? And why wasn't she monitored more closely?
It's changed my life. Yeah, I wouldn't want somebody else to take their wife in and have this happen to them.
We don't know if the employee who committed the offense of neglect is still employed at ECMC. 2 other staff members under investigation were cleared.